Welcome to Wisdom Beyond Ages, where timeless stories reveal profound lessons. Once, there was a boy who was immensely popular, surrounded by peers who eagerly sought his friendship. His mother, a wise woman, noticed this and felt a growing concern. She observed that while he was well-liked, he often struggled to discern who his true friends were. She worried that his popularity might overshadow the genuine connections he needed to nurture. One day, she decided to teach him an invaluable lesson. She called him over and gently advised him to look beyond the surface, to seek friends who truly cared for him, rather than those drawn to his popularity. This lesson, she hoped, would guide him towards meaningful relationships. The boy's mother worked at his school as a cleaning lady, and she had only one functioning eye. Because of this, he felt embarrassed and avoided being seen with her. He feared the judgment and ridicule of his classmates, worried they might mock him or distance themselves if they knew about his mother. One day she came to the school to see him, and he was filled with dread. He wished she wouldn't show up and that no one would notice her presence. His anxiety was overwhelming as he was constantly concerned about maintaining his image and popularity among his peers. Yet, his mother only wanted to show her love and support, despite his apprehension. His mother visited his classroom to inquire about his grades, and the moment his classmates discovered she was his mother, they burst into laughter. The boy felt a wave of embarrassment wash over him, his cheeks burning with shame. He wished the ground would swallow him whole. Their laughter echoed in his mind, deepening his fear of being ostracized. He felt trapped between his desire to be accepted by his peers and his love for his mother, who only wanted the best for him. Despite feeling humiliated, he couldn't ignore the underlying warmth of her concern. The boy struggled with his emotions, torn between his need for acceptance and the undeniable bond with his mother. As he grew older, the boy became increasingly embarrassed by his mother's appearance and job. Her presence, once a source of comfort, now filled him with shame. With each passing year, his discomfort turned to resentment, and by the time he turned 18, he couldn't bear it any longer. Feeling suffocated by the weight of his emotions, he decided it was time to leave. He moved out, seeking independence and a fresh start, free from the embarrassment he felt she caused him. This decision marked a turning point in his life, as he tried to forge his own path, distancing himself from the past that had haunted him. Yet, deep down, he couldn't entirely escape the bond they shared. After getting married and having children, he completely cut off contact with his mother. Despite the years that passed, he never reached out to her or even mentioned her to his family. One unexpected day, his mother decided to visit him, hoping to reconnect. As she approached his home, his children caught sight of her from the window. They were intrigued by the unfamiliar figure that stood outside. Yet, their father, upon realizing who it was, felt a wave of anxiety and hesitation wash over him. He was torn between the life he had built and the past he had left behind. This unexpected encounter brought back emotions he had long tried to suppress, forcing him to confront his unresolved feelings. The children shrieked, "Help, Dad, there's a monster!" In a panic, he shouted at the woman to leave, not realizing the impact of his words. Later, guilt weighed heavily on him as he reflected on his actions. He realized that his reaction was more about his own fears and unresolved issues than any threat she posed. The image of her standing there, vulnerable and hopeful, lingered in his mind. He couldn't shake the feeling that he had been unfair and harsh. Determined to make amends, he decided it was time to face the past he had long avoided. This decision marked the beginning of a journey toward healing and understanding for both himself and his family. He went to her house to apologize, but there was no response when he knocked. The lawn was overgrown, suggesting neglect and absence. Concerned, he asked the neighbors if they knew where she might be. They mentioned she had left abruptly a while ago, with no word on her destination. Her sudden disappearance left him with a heavy heart, filled with regret and a sense of missed opportunity. As he stood there, he realized how deeply his words had affected her, possibly driving her away. Determined to make things right, he vowed to find her and express his remorse. This commitment was not only about seeking forgiveness, but also about healing the wounds he had unintentionally inflicted. He discovered from the neighbors that his mother had passed away. She had left him a note, revealing a touching memory. It read, "When you were 4, you and I spent countless afternoons in the garden where you loved to play and explore. Those moments were the happiest of my life, watching you grow and discover the world with such wonder. I hope you carry that joy and curiosity with you always." Her words struck him deeply, reminding him of the bond they shared and the love she had always shown. Despite the sadness of her passing, the note became a cherished connection to her, inspiring him to honor her memory by living a life filled with the same joy and curiosity. He learned that his father had died in a car accident, and he himself had lost an eye in the same tragic event. His mother, wanting to protect him from the harshness of the world, had chosen not to disclose the full extent of the tragedy to him at the time. She feared that knowing the truth would lead to him being bullied or ostracized by others, adding to his already immense burden. Her decision, though difficult, was made out of love and a desire to shield him from additional pain. As he grew older, he came to understand her actions, recognizing the depth of her care and the sacrifices she made to ensure his well-being. At school, I decided to give you my eye. You've been seeing the world through my eye all this time. I did it because I love you. I wanted you to experience life without feeling different or being judged by others. My gift was a way to ensure you had every opportunity to succeed and feel normal, despite the challenges you faced. I hope you understand that everything I did was out of love and a desire to protect you. My greatest wish is for you to live a happy, fulfilling life. Thank you for being my wonderful child. Please subscribe to our channel for more heartwarming stories and content that inspire and uplift. Your support means the world to us.